Hi everybody, it's Mikal again. Today I want to talk about some more myths, and I want to do 10 myths about fat girls. I got these myths from a couple of places. The Google automatic search engine finish thing was really helpful, as well as just a really quick Google search, and a little bit of, living as a fat girl also has given me some insight into things that people seem to think about us that just aren't true. The first one is that fat girls don't have boyfriends, that we're just perpetually single. So a lot of fat girls have boyfriends and husbands, and those boyfriends and husbands very often think that we're gorgeous, because while maybe looks shouldn't matter when picking a long-term mate, they certainly do matter when finding somebody that you want to see if you're into. And so when people like fat chicks, they start talking to fat chicks and then end up being with them. And a lot of people like fat chicks. We definitely can have boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives and partners of any other gender, and it's not like a rare occurrence that happens. Myth number 2. All fat girls are trying to lose weight. Some fat people are trying to lose weight, but I think the reason that people tend to think this is because in media, our representation of fat women in media tends to be sort of as a before photo, but not everybody who's fat wants to be a before photo. A lot of fat women and fat people are just perfectly fine being fat. There's definitely a lot of them who are trying to lose weight, but it's not like ubiquitous amongst all fat women. Myth number 3, all fat girls have low self-esteem. I think that a lot of fat girls have low self-esteem. However, a lot of people have low self-esteem, and there are a lot of fat girls who have a lot of confidence, and a lot of skinny girls or medium girls who have really low self-esteem. I mean, low self-esteem is not all about the way you look, it's about your life experiences, and definitely there are going to be some people who have low self-esteem who also are fat, but it's not like once you get fat, your self-esteem tanks. Myth number 4. All fat girls are unhealthy. I will make a whole video about being fat and being healthy and how those things can and often do go together. But just to sort of give it a rundown here, not all fat girls eat lots of shitty food. Not all fat girls eat only shitty food. Not all fat girls don't exercise. A lot of fat people exercise. There are definitely unhealthy people who are fat, but not everybody is fat as a result of an unhealthy lifestyle. The next one is that all fat girls are curvy and all curvy girls are fat. People who are referred to as curvy women are usually women who are hourglass shaped or pear shaped, or sometimes women who are apple shaped who have very large breasts. Curvy is a body type. So you can be thin and curvy, and you can be fat and curvy, and you can be anywhere in between and curvy. Myth number 6, which I discussed a little bit in an earlier video, fat girls give better head. When I think about this myth, it makes me think like people think that when you hit a certain weight, like you hit 200 pounds, and then you get like a phone call from the Better Head Society, and you get to go in for like a live demonstration on like how to give great blowjobs. Number 7, this myth is actually perpetuated by a lot of fat women, and that's that everybody who's fat has a reason for being fat. That is not just, I like to eat a lot of food, or I eat a lot of food that causes me to gain weight. Things like diabetes, thyroid problems, recent pregnancy, all of these things definitely can lead to people being fat. I mean, yes, that's perfectly normal, and it's totally fine to have a reason that you're fat, but you don't need a reason to be fat. Some people are fat just because they like to eat food and they eat a lot of it, and that's okay. That's fine. We have no place telling other people what they need to do with food or what they need to do with their body. So they can be they just like food and therefore they're fat. That's totally fine. Number 8. Number 8. All fat people are lazy. This sort of comes from, one, the way that fat people are portrayed in media, and 2, that people seem to think that people who are fat don't exercise. A lot of fat people exercise. I'm fat. I exercise a lot. Really enjoy exercising, and I need to for FM, but exercising doesn't equal not being fat. For some people it does, but really your weight is controlled by a lot of factors: what you put in your body, your genetics, your life circumstances, your mental health at the time, all of those kinds of things. So you can be somebody who loves to exercise and also be fat. You can be somebody who has really great ambition, who has a lot of career ambitions, who has really good professional drive, who, does things that are obviously not lazy and then also is fat. Myth number 9, this is one that I sort of get the results of a lot. It's like people don't think that we know that we're fat. Like people just they'll say things to you like, I don't think you should be wearing that because you're fat. Like, I know I'm fat and also I picked these clothes. So I'm good. Like, you're not telling me anything new by telling me that I'm fat. I got it. Thanks. Most fat people, unless they have severe body dysmorphia backwards, we know very well that we're fat. We don't need you to tell us. It's all good. Number 10, fat girls put out. This sort of goes hand in hand with the whole idea that fat girls are desperate. There's a link to a video for that somewhere as well. Fat girls, some of them, just like any other category of girls, will put out, but fat girls don't put out because they're fat. They put out for a lot of reasons. Maybe they have low self-esteem, maybe they want to, maybe they are really horny, maybe they have high sex drive, maybe they're trying to, I don't know, try new things, maybe they just think you're really hot. Like, there's a lot of reasons women have sex. Being fat is probably not one of them, unless she's maybe trying to lose weight and is using sex as a form of exercise. Other than that, though, I don't see how being fat could affect your sex life so that you have more sex. I guess the moral of the story is fat girls do things for all the same reasons that any other kind of girl does. Maybe treat fat girls like humans and expect all the complexity that everybody else has, because they're going to have it. They really will. If you are a fat girl, a fat person, tell me in the comments about any of your experiences with these myths. If you're not fat, let me know if you believed any of these myths before this video, and or if you think that I'm completely wrong and, maybe all of these myths are true and I'm just way off base. No. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I will see you soon.